Recorded live from the Maddie Johnson podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. This is the All About Nothing podcast. The views expressed on this program are the opinions of the host. Some content and subject matter may not be appropriate. Listener discretion is advised. Listeners are encouraged to follow the show at theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media and more. Listeners can call the show at 803-672-0533. Thank you for listening.
All right, welcome to the All About Nothing podcast. Joined always by the real DJ Lonzo Trent Clark and our bearded wonder boy, Zach King.
I'm a man.
Hosted by the one and the only
DJ Fuzzy Nuts,
a.k.a. Barry Gruber.
I feel like we're overdoing it.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
It's only because it's you. If it was me, you would have been like, hell yeah, do more. Do more.
Do more.
We are joined by a friend of the pod, Jarrett. This week.
Hello.
Formally,
Welcome.
Can I say formally, or is there a potential that
the episodes are still out there, so let's not.
Well, yeah, of course.
They can always go back and listen.
There you go. But is there a possibility you all might return to the podverse?
When you say you all,
Okay.
Y'all,
together as one?
Yeah. Cohesively in a room.
Yeah, because
together.
technically he's returning to the air right
That's
now.
true. That's true.
This is his
take
first
that.
appearance back.
I just got a lot of beef with Neek. Came on here to air it out.
Well,
No,
we're
I'm
bringing
just
Nick
kidding,
in.
I'm
This just
kidding.
turned into Springer. Now here he is.
No,
Let's welcome Dominique.
we've been
comes
waiting
out,
for
he
this moment.
takes his shoes off.
I'm going to be like this when I hit my turn.
All of a sudden, that Steve Wilmer guy
Steve
shows
Wilkos?
up. Wilco, yeah.
Yeah.
What did I say, Wilmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that the guy that used to do weather
Sue
on
Wilmer
NBC?
I have no idea.
Wilfred. I can't remember.
Maybe.
No, I'm definitely the guy who walks outside and just like, fuck, it's raining. Never watch the weather.
Jarrett used to, they were on a podcast called Let's Just Sleep on That, and I was going to make a joke that maybe the name of the show now is Let's Just Sleep on That Forever.
Still sleeping.
Yeah, still sleeping on that.
For context, yeah, it's been a minute since we all got together, but we had discussed it a little bit to maybe do something. It's just schedules. Everybody's schedules.
I hope you do, though, because it was a good show. It was very entertaining.
Facts.
I enjoyed it. So
I wish I could take credit for it. It was mainly them. So.
whatever.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun doing it. So I appreciate you guys having me on too.
You definitely gave us a lot of competition. We was like, yo, we got to get back in there. There's 2 podcasts in here now.
There's more than 2
Oh,
podcasts.
yeah,
in
we
here
got- we
now.
got way
How many-
more
there's
competition
6 or 7
now.
podcasts in this
Yeah,
studio.
man.
Yeah,
now.
but we still let him know.
Yeah,
Because we never take the poster
I was
down.
about to say, yeah, y'all have a room.
I super
Nobody's
glued the
coming in your
poster.
territory for
Facts.
sure.
I super glued. The
Well, we
poster
were the
on wall.
first, so
There you go.
I think
Might as well.
that earned you something.
There you go.
And we definitely earned it through
Merit for sure.
sweat and music.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, 100%,
So we
man.
earned that.
Yeah.
Well, I just paid for it.
Yeah.
God damn it,
Well, thank you, Barrett. You are the all about nothing sugar daddy.
That seems fair. I wanted to open the episode this week with something the Daily Show put out just recently, and in order to share it, I have to click this link, but I'm just gonna play this. You just listen to the
Education.
audio.
She has a vast practical experience, something I think is a real plus. I will vote no.
I can say definitively that I like her. I think she's a good person, but I cannot support her.
She seems like a wonderful human being. She comes with some impressive qualifications academically and professionally. I will vote no.
And indeed, she has a very impressive resume. I am certainly going to vote no.
I mean, she's the realization of an American dream. So I will not be supporting her nomination.
I enjoyed the opportunity to meet her family. They obviously are and should be proud of her achievements. I can't support her nomination.
Very gifted person. She's fought hard to be where she's at in life. I'll vote no. I'm the first time I've ever voted against any Supreme Court nominee.
Shut up, Lindsay. That was 100%. You're too qualified for this job spiel.
Yeah.
Nah, if anything, it reminds me of every time I applied for a credit card and they ran my credit and they said no.
I am
They're like,
absolutely.
thanks for coming.
What the fuck did you run my credit for? Now my credit's fucked up.
I am absolutely
Even more.
qualified to spend your money on the things that I want. Why would you? Yeah.
That's like when you
God damn
when you go buy a vehicle and they hit your credit like 10 times.
That was
like,
just
stop,
about-
stop,
yeah.
stop, stop.
The car salesman before and after he runs your credit.
I played that. So Ketanji Brown Jackson will likely be her nomination will get voted on this week, and she will absolutely make it in as Supreme Court justice. She'll be the first black woman Supreme Court justice in our country's history, and I think it's phenomenal.
No boothing for her.
those were all Republicans, from Lindsey Graham to Marsha Blackburn to a bunch of
who sound
trolls.
like idiots, right?
We fully believe she's qualified. She has an outstanding background, and but we can't support her.
Did they ever, like, I know that's a Daily Show clip, but did they go, like, why they couldn't?
No, of course not. And they never will. That's them saying, I'm going to vote no, I can't support it. That's where they end it, and they turn off the microphone. They step away.
What was that saying I heard? It's like the Republican Party is becoming more, it's like a burning star, a dying star.
Yeah.
It gets more condensed and more white before it finally explodes.
Yeah. And based on all those Republicans in the Senate Judicial Committee, I have decided that every time one of our representatives or our senators appears on C-SPAN, that or any other news network, when they're in their working professional state, just like NASCAR, I want to see the senators' IQ posted above their heads, and at least 3 lobbyists to whom they've been represented, or the corporations that they represent, listed as well. So, like, as they walk around the Senate, that's all you see is like. Specifically for Tennessee's Marsha Blackburn on TV, I want to see that big old number 81, and then a list of the people that helped her eat soup at lunch. And then Lindsey Graham, I want to see a 78, and above that, the individuals that helped him tie his shoes after they left Chuck E. Cheese.
I think they should all take the Mensa.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's not that hard to pass.
No.
I mean, it's not easy, right? So failing is not something to be ashamed about, but they're choosing everything, right?
Yes.
Right, absolutely.
I mean, that's just like, I think you should, after a certain age, you should learn how to drive again. Like, you need to take that driving test again.
Absolutely. I agree.
Especially when you're all like 60 and above with these fucking people.
Facts.
Hey, can we pump that number up?
65.
Fair,
For my sake,
40.
43.
Yeah.
Am I 43?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I mean, you
79.
tell us.
Yeah, 43.
Yeah.
That's
43.
10 years older than me.
We were talking before we started recording how Jarrett didn't want to point out that. So we're gonna have a special guest on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, whatever. But Jarrett didn't want to point out that May the 5th was his birthday because but I'm the same way. Like, my birthday is March 17th, but people will talk about St. Patrick's Day, and I have to bite my tongue every time because I want to go, oh yeah, it's my birthday.
Yeah, March 17th, April 25th.
Yep.
What's my birthday, guys?
April 27th.
Fucks.
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
May 3rd. Is it in April? Is it in May? It has to. Yeah, May 7th.
16.
20th.
9th.
10th. 11.
May the 6th.
Are you going to make
17th.
A lucky number.
Just got to prove we know numbers now? Is that what we're doing?
I was going like hot and cold.
I forgot to put up the board that literally we've been scratching on numbers. All right, so it's not the 3rd.
30 more to go, guys.
Oh, also, I wanted to give you guys good news. One of the things that we will have in next week's episode, so this week, in order to pick the stories that we're going to talk about this week, we're going to have Jarrett because he's our guest. He's going to pick them out of the hat. But next week, we are going to write these stories down on a spinning board.
Oh, you have it?
Yeah, it's coming.
Amazon provided?
Amazon provided.
Hey, look.
So we'll get to spin.
Speaking of everything Amazon provided, this brand new statue right here that we got.
Look, I can't operate without some way.
I mean, I see you.
Because you knew. Because you got yours.
Oh, yeah, I do have mine.
This one, I don't know how much you paid for yours, but this one probably will go home with me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I thought you was just going to leave it here for everybody else like I've been doing.
I couldn't find yours.
That'd be it's in the car.
Oh, see?
Yeah, it's in the car.
Okay.
But usually, that'd be pretty nice to have when I'm DJing.
Hey, I do have a...
well, your birthday's coming up, April 25th. We now
We're talking about pricey things. Trent, I do have an update because I confided in you. I was like, this noise should be brakes, right? And you were like, yeah, when I told you about the rumbling noise.
Yes. The rotors, right?
I thought it was too. And then I asked you because you recently had that problem. Wasn't that?
What was it?
Wheel bearings were all chewed up. I went in thinking I was going to pay you like $500, $1,030.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Damn.
Andy bought new shoes.
Cool. I did.
Yes. $1,030 plus new shoes.
Plus new shoes. $60.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
1,060. We're talking. So now we're up to.
That's like that's a daycare bill.
1120.
1190.
1190.
But
I don't know why we're adding up how much you're expensive.
I mean, he's going crazy.
Unless at some point we're gonna just make you feel bad about it.
The good news is that included the wheel hub bearing.
He's like, no amount of money can make this lower back feel bad. Can you see these things?
He didn't break his ribs over it.
It was new hub bearing, new sway bar links. And then new shocks in the back.
Okay.
$1,000, brand new car.
Hey, that's fantastic.
How's it riding?
Perfect.
I need to do the same. If you ride in my car, which you guys have, you hear
felt like
every
kings.
shock, every spring.
Oh, dude, I thought my car was supposed to do like that when you turned. Yeah. Because I hadn't driven a Tahoe or a Suburban in so long.
I thought this
You
was
was about to tip off.
They tightened it. I'm like, damn. Like, it doesn't roll at all now.
Damn.
It's just tight. I'm like, okay.
Dude, I'm ashamed to admit like how little I know about cars.
Bro, we're in the same boat.
Okay. Gas, make it go.
Yeah.
You know? Cargo burr.
I know a lot about cars just because my dad was a tech and he taught it at Midlands Tech.
He was
and
a
everything.
master mechanic. His dad was a master mechanic.
And since I was 11, he made me work on stuff. And my terrible thought was like, can't be the wheel bearing. That is something that crossed my mind. I was like, brakes, because I heard him squeaking before, and then it started doing this. And he was like, that was a good call, because that's what the guy thought it was at first. And then he started turning it, and it started going. I was like, shit.
Buddy.
And the messed up thing is he was already fixing the shocks, so I couldn't be like, don't do the shocks. He's like, he's already out there doing the shocks, so
He did that on purpose.
shit, man.
He's like, oh, yeah, he's gonna need new of these.
Just tell him I'm already doing it.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
Facts.
Well, congratulations. Your car is basically brand new.
Where'd you go? You want to plug them?
Mavis.
Mavis.
Always go to Mavis
Tire.
now.
Okay. Well, yeah. Choose Mavis.
I'll tell him that I shouted him out, and the old fat guy behind the counter is going to be like,
Give him some
I
cards.
don't give a
Yeah, we'll
shit.
get him a check.
Well,
Give him some business cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
I
so
love how
glad
that's
you.
every mechanic role ever. I'm sorry to step
No,
in.
no, 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 no.
Like it's just like you're in like Canada and he's still like a redneck somehow.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
What's wrong with your truck?
Yeah.
I would have thought that
You're
this
like,
guy.
I thought we
from-
came to France.
Yeah. Exactly.
Glad you didn't go for brace for less, because they
No,
probably
no,
wouldn't have had what you needed.
I know Mavis used to be another garage, so that's why I trust them. And they're connected to the CarQuest over there, which me and my dad frequently went, and he always told me they were a good shop. So I'm assuming when Mavis took the name, that's still like good technicians working.
That's like MBT.
Yeah.
Yep.
National Battery and Tire, right? Is that what MBT stands for?
I
I
don't
thought
know.
that was New Brooklyn Tavern.
The capital of Columbia, according to Justin Osborne. our
Yeah,
good friend of
exactly.
the podcast.
Yeah, when I come to New Brooklyn Tavern, sometimes we like to visit Columbia.
Basically.
He's like, so here's Columbia. We're just like, well, there's a lot that way.
Yeah, you might want to go a little farther.
Like it all still smells like cigarettes, but like
Yeah.
The one guy who put it perfectly, I did the numbers at New Brooklyn. I'm like, yeah, unfortunately for you.
Facts.
All COVID, we're all COVID resistant.
They always had the same bodyguard named Lunchbox. He has like a lazy eye.
Yeah. And if you call him
Good
Seth
dude.
Rogen enough times, he will call the cops on you.
Oh. Personal experience?
My brother.
Okay, fair. All right.
let's say that sounded deep.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
I had to go
there's
pick
something-
him up. It was great.
There's something behind that.
Don't arrest him. I'm coming to get him now.
That was good.
He's like, God damn it. Just like when I hang up the phone.
Yeah. All right. I guess we'll get started.
Go ahead.
We're several minutes in.
Go ahead, man. Yo, yeah, you want me to do it?
Don't pull any of the yellow ones.
You can't see colors if
If
you're
it
not
feels
looking.
flimsy.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't know you could see colors.
You know, he's colorblind.
UFO abductions documents released.
Ooh. Sounds like a Zach story.
Are we
It
putting
is.
these somewhere.
Yeah, you just put it on the side.
So, when they say they release documents from the government, at least the government documented it, and that gives some credence to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this comes from Live Science. UFOs left radiation burns and unaccounted for pregnancies. Well, we're turning into Fox News for 10 minutes. So hold on.
This explains a lot.
New
This is
Pentagon
true.
report.
No, they're only. It's only a Fox News story because they made them continue to have the pregnancy.
Facts. We believe in
I don't care that alien baby's over 2 weeks old. We're
pro-life. Pro-life.
I don't care if you do hear 3 hearts.
Yeah, you're going in the room when it's born. 1,500 pages of UFO-related research were just declassified as part of a Freedom of Information request.
Okay.
Encounters with UFOs have reportedly left Americans suffering from radiation burns, brain and nervous system damage, even uncounted for pregnancy. According to a massive database of U.S. government reports that recently made public through a Freedom of Information Act request. So we're going to go through... Let's listen. They go in talking about ATIP. We all know what ATIP is, the advanced...
Of course.
that.
Yes, it's the program that the Department of Defense, or
Yes.
the Pentagon basically set up to
It's
research some of these.
Basically, we're we're not looking at UFOs, but they were looking at UFOs.
Yeah.
And this program is very. They released the FLIR cam, all that. Did you see any of that?
I did not. I'm not familiar with this at all.
So like
I'm
they're basically
fascinated,
going
though.
like, yeah, we saw weird stuff. Here it is.
Our Navy has documented video footage of things that they can't explain.
Okay.
And ATIP was the one that made the effort to release that to the public.
Okay.
So according to The Sun, the cache of documents includes reports of the biological effects of UFO sightings on humans, studies of advanced technology such as invisibility cloaks, plans for deep space exploration and colonization. Some portions of the documents were withheld in part for privacy and confidentiality concerns, and the ATIP told The Sun.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a punchline.
No, they added another A, and they're still going for it. One standout document of the collection is reported entitled Anomalous Acute and Subacute Field Effects on Human and Biological Tissues, dated March 2010. The report describes alleged injuries to human observers by anomalous advanced aerospace systems, some of which may be a threat to the United States interests, according to the document. The report has 42 cases from medical files and 300 unpublished cases where humans sustained injuries with encounters of these anomalous vehicles, even cases of brain damage, nerve damage, heart palpitations. Heart palpitations is a big anxiety, though.
And if you call Tom Thompson right now, you can get it on the civil action lawsuit against the extraterrestrials.
And
right now,
let me refresh because it's not
888-888-8888.
If you have lymphoma, or what was it called?
Lymphoma.
What is it called?
Has them green aliens been touching you?
It's lymphoma now.
Oh, no, man. What is
Call
it?
the lawyer that stands up to those green aliens.
Is that what it is?
Lymphoma.
Call Bill Green.
Lymphoma, yeah.
Call Bill Green.
Have you been injured by a close encounter of the first kind? Or a close encounter of the third kind? Have you been injured?
Plug for George Sink. Plug
Were you
for Bill Green.
unwillingly
All
pulled
nice.
into your spaceship?
Come on down.
What sort of rape kit would that
Oh, man.
involve?
Shit.
So
Another probe.
The report concludes that there is sufficient evidence to support a hypothesis that some advanced systems are already deployed and opaque to full U.S. understandings.
I want to believe that there are extraterrestrials. I want to see it.
What would be the point of like
pregnancy? Now that alien is responsible for a life here on Earth, and
now
when
he
they,
has to stay.
Yeah, and when they come to destroy the planet, they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're gonna destroy the planet, except for my kid."
But that's not how they do it.
So are UFO claims the streaking of claims?
They might be.
Like it's just your like point of popularity at some point. Like people would know who I am.
Yeah. There's no way.
Hey, I'm the guy who streaked during the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
hey,
exactly.
What the hell out of me?
I saw a UFO.
Yeah, I saw a UFO. What happened? My butthole.
All right.
Never been.
And they always live in a log cabin.
Yeah, or they were driving down a long abandoned highway.
you.
Or they
Wow.
were in the woods.
Yeah.
For some obvious reason.
And then it's like, and before I did take a little acid
Or a little mushroom.
just want to throw that out there.
I did smoke a lot of weed, but that
I was on my weed farm tripping acid. Okay. I swear to God, out of nowhere.
I got on their spaceship. I saw the damn star maps. I know what a tickle eye looks like.
Okay.
I played Star Fox.
The scenario.
Someone definitely kept going, rabbit.
And see, the problem with all of this is this it winds up having to be a congressional like investigation into these things sometimes.
I think there is substantial evidence
Sure.
that there's something.
But then you have to be that redneck guy that got abducted and probed by aliens to sit in front of.
But there's more
Yes,
than
sir,
that.
Senator Graham. The aliens took me up into their spaceship.
There's definitely been like a dude from Boston he's like, it's fucking
It's
wicked
never a
fucking
dude
chip
from
head down. He
Boston.
fucking got me. I'm like, you done fucked up, bud. I'm from Southie.
I'm from
You think we
Southie,
do
boy.
it?
But maybe that is the key. Maybe the aliens know that nobody believes the country white people.
Well, I had
And they're like, yo,
$21
we'll fuck
in my
with them
fucking
for the
wallet.
rest of them because we can fuck with them because nobody's going to believe what they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that January 6th sort of stands out in my mind as that one time that people were like, "Oh no, it was definitely Antifa."
You know, they're
It was
feeding
the
those
aliens
guys.
that told us to go there.
That's right.
They're feeding those guys because it's definitely Men in Black under there,
I
right?
was
Yeah,
about to
exactly.
say, you like talk to him and realize like this guy's just describing the Men in Black plot the whole time, and you're like, wait a minute, bro. You like get to the talking dog part.
Yeah,
Hold on.
He's in a newsstand.
Oh, thanks, Zach.
There's Will Smith.
That was good, was that?
UFO abductions.
Come on with it. What you got?
Yeah, I saw something about that. That was interesting.
Ooh.
I want to believe. I want to believe.
All right. Some are a little hard to read now.
This was.
Oh, thank God.
Don't give it back to him. Just try to read it.
I'm just kidding. Elon Musk acquires 9.2% stake in Twitter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that mean he's going to be banned from Twitter if he owns a piece of it?
He can never be banned.
Yes,
he can never be banned.
I told you I could.
He's a majority holder too.
I heard a rumor that he is, as a majority holder now.
What's the vote?
There is but potentially he may seek to get Donald Trump re-Twitterized.
Wow.
No.
Look.
Who's to say so?
Elon Musk is friends with Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan really, really likes Donald Trump.
That's not true.
Yeah, he does.
No, he does. No, it's not.
I think he does.
He doesn't.
Based on.
He always
I got
says
his number. I'll call him.
He was Jeremy, these assholes on All About Nothing podcast.
But look,
that Barrett guy's talking shit about you.
I don't think he agrees with his policies, but as a person, I do think Barrett might be right. He does like him somewhat as a person.
That's not what I got from it.
Because
I don't think he hates him
he's
at
friends
all.
with Dana White,
yeah,
and Dana White is friends with Trump. So it's right there.
There's a lot.
I think it's more
Kanye.
You're friends with Jarrett, and I don't like him at all.
Yeah, see, there you go.
But look, no, but on top of that, Elon Musk just said this week that Kanye West is his biggest influence.
Of course it is, because he's been rapping in his damn house.
I'm just saying.
He also is married to Grimes and names his kids fucking alien language.
But if that's what gets you rich, man, that's what you got to do.
I suspect that there is probably no fear that Elon Musk would probably try to make changes to Twitter, because what would you change?
Well, he owns 9.2%.
Metaverse will be so much better.
But he owns 9.2%. There's a whole other majority that's like.
But it's not like. It's not somebody else that
they
don't own as much.
9.2%.
He owns he has a seat.
Yeah, but then you go get 2 people or 3 people together.
Sure,
like,
of course. No, you're absolutely right. That's how the board works.
But right now, if it was a decision being made, Elon Musk will be one of those people that has the final say.
He's testing that already, right? So he's already put out that he wants not like a dislike, but there's another feature. I can't remember what it was. He put out on his Twitter. He's requesting everyone to vote. The poll. Do you want this feature? So we'll see. If
I've always wanted a dislike feature.
Do you not know what Elon did for Doge? What was it? Dogecoin? You don't think he's gonna Dogecoin? You don't think he's gonna be able to have influence over these people to change shit at Twitter?
Maybe he also smoked weed on Rogan and then got in a lot of trouble with shareholders of Tesla.
Yeah,
but they understood.
Yeah,
you're in California. You're in California,
Texas.
Oh, well, now you're in Texas, but you
was he in California?
I was in California.
Yeah,
okay,
California. So.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Elon Musk is creating his own city called Starship, Texas.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly I can't remember what I was watching, but they said that so Tesla is going to be opening up a brand their corporate headquarters in Austin, Texas. And I was James Corden, and somebody asked, he said what's probably the one thing that you'll hear, or the thing you're going to hear the most about working at the new corporate headquarters and the Tesla headquarters in Austin, Texas. And it was probably labor violations.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts. A lot of kids working.
Did y'all know he made his car models out to spell sexy?
Did he really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
The Model S, the Model X, the Model Y, and he just announced the Model E.
Wow.
Well,
that's a smart man.
Is it?
That's man.
I'll take that back. He is a smart man.
He created PayPal, didn't he?
I think he definitely had a yes. Yeah. I think that was his first thing. His first big thing.
That's what made him rich.
Yeah. All right. Jarrett's got number 3.
I didn't even know that.
Me neither. That's a fun fact.
Harrison Ford climate remarks.
Uh-oh.
Back to me.
Am I Vanna Whiting this the whole time?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much. Could you spin that letter for us?
Facts.
Pulling it up.
Okay.
This was written by The Hill.
Oh. I had a friend that used to work for
As
The
you
Hill.
see with mine, I'm not gonna go down a list of words. I'm gonna give y'all a topic and we're gonna discuss it. All right? Because I'm not about to get.
You're not gonna read it.
Please help. You know what I mean?
People.
This is actually a very, very short article.
People, please.
So Harrison Ford was blasting lawmakers. So
Shut up, Barrett.
Actor Harrison Ford took a swipe at Washington on Thursday night, blasting lawmakers and leaders who deny climate change during a speech to the environmental group Conservation International in Culver City, California, where he was receiving an award. Ford said that the biggest threat to the United States is leaders that don't understand or accept evidence that human activity is driving rapid climate change. And this is what he said: "We face an unprecedented."
He asked us like he needed permission to use his own voices.
Hey, impressionist, would you do an impression of Harrison Ford reading this?
Moment in this country. Today's greatest threat is not climate change, not pollution, not flood or fire. It's that we've got people in charge of important shit who don't believe in science.
That's fair.
Ford is an outspoken and longtime advocate of
that's
environmental causes and cast the threat posed by climate change as a dire one in his speech, arguing that unless it is addressed quickly, quote, nothing else will matter.
I have to assume because in a galaxy far, far away, he watched planets explode.
Your greenhouse gas is going to explode this fucking planet.
You know what? Honestly, I wish Star Wars had cussing. I wish that there were swear words in Star Wars.
Well, maybe they can bring it back.
Like Battlestar Galactica uses what, FARC?
Yeah, FARC. Yeah, yeah.
But I need them to have their own cuss words because I know they're not going to say regular cuss words. I want them to have their own cuss words.
You ever watch Firefly? What was the?
Oh, I cannot.
It was mostly Mandarin. Like they would speak mostly Mandarin in Firefly, but there was occasionally there would be some word that just didn't make sense, but you knew what it was.
Oh, it was a bad word.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not supposed to say that.
That's like the Guardians of the Galaxy use flark.
Yeah, flark. Yeah.
Rocket uses flark.
Yeah.
You're not doing this flarking thing or whatever.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah, thank you, Zach.
All right. We got 4 minutes.
You have to listen to Harrison Ford, right?
Oh, I do like Harrison Ford. And I sometimes I stand on the right side of.
Should put that one back.
You want to put it back?
No, that's more than 4 minute topic.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah, it is.
We can carry it over.
Okay.
We've done it before.
Hit me with it.
The House votes to federally legalize cannabis.
Hey, you stole one of mine.
Damn. Well, you had yours written already, and that came out today. So how did you already have it?
The real boner
started
about
it on
that
Friday.
is the Senate's going to shut that shit down.
I don't know that they will.
Me neither.
And the reason I say that is because there are a number of states that have a majority Republicans representing them in Congress and Senate. So Ohio, places like that. And these are states that have an unbelievably bad opioid pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to fix the opioid pandemic,
give people weed.
Epidemic. It's an epidemic. It's not a pandemic. You can't catch it from somebody.
Right.
But
I mean, you can catch it if they throw it.
The only way you can
throw it in my window, bro.
The only way you can fix that epidemic is to throw marijuana at it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
and 420's coming up. Why not get it passed before 420?
Or if you're like Colorado, it's all legal.
Even if they pass it, though, it would be.
But that's what somebody was saying at my job. It was like, yo, if they do it federally, states can still override that. So that really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So
and South Carolina and SLED are proud when they have this truck was paid for by fucking dope dealers.
Yep.
Yep.
Leon Lott.
Yeah.
Yeah, the House vote was a very slim bipartisan majority to federally decriminalize marijuana. Mm-hmm. The vote was 220 to 204. Republican Tom McClintock of California, Brian Mast, and Matt Gaetz. Of course, that fucked hard.
And he's smoking weed on the way there.
Not to insult other fucktards, but Matt Gaetz is in your company. Yeah. Also, did you all see the tweet or whatever it was that Marjorie Taylor Greene came out with talking about how the Republicans that are supporting Ketanji Brown Jackson's vote. So you got Romney, you got Murkowski, and you have the Collins. So those three Republicans in the Senate will be voting in favor of her nomination and becoming a Supreme Court justice. She put out a tweet that said that those three were pro-pedophile. Literally, the only picture you pull up, if you Google her, I don't know why that stopped. If you Google her on right now, the first image that came up when I did was her holding hands with Matt Gaetz, who is literally under investigation for sexual
crimes,
sex crimes, sex trafficking of minors. And it's like, hello, like I realize that your infection with corona potentially doesn't You can't smell it, but you're right next to it.
Yeah.
I get what you did just now, Barry. You said can't smell it, and then Marjorie Taylor Greene brought it back to the marijuana. Well, you really did that. Just now, man. That was pretty
If
nice.
you look at Matt Gaetz,
that was a lot deeper than I intended it.
He is somebody you would
nice.
not trust with anything.
Yeah.
He is like he's the size of
He
piano
definitely has
keys,
that look.
hair up like.
Yeah.
He is the embodiment of
A
what.
piece of shit. Like
Yeah,
a conniving fucking weasel.
Yeah,
Definitely.
he's what I picture, like the human embodiment of the turd emoji winking at you. Like that's what I picture.
Why isn't it a
walking
turd
turd
emoji
emoji.
winking at people? Like, why
That's
isn't
a
it?
great question.
He needs to be winking
You guys talking about the chocolate ice cream, right?
with the face on it.
Yeah, it's chocolate ice cream. I don't know you guys.
I tell you what, let's go ahead and take a break. We'll come back and pull up some more topics and discuss it. And we'll probably, because mine's in there somewhere, we'll probably discuss.
I got the
marijuana
draw.
again.
Look at the draw on that.
All right, you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast. All right, Nothingers, I want to cue you in about a friend of the pod, Blank Canvas Brand. If you own a business or restaurant and the time has come to build that unique brand, you have got to get a hold of Blank Canvas Brand. Blank Canvas Brand specializes in brand identity, including logos, business cards, flyers, and anything else to promote your business. And now, Blank Canvas Brand offers printing services to help with your clothing needs, including sports teams. I can tell you from our own experience, Blank Canvas Brand is responsible for our logo, as well as the Bowl of Duty bowling team logo, and we couldn't be happier with what's been produced. For more information, you can search Facebook for Blank Canvas, or you can email Blank Canvas at theallaboutnothing.com. That's BLNKCANVS at theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com. Hey everyone, I want to take a quick moment to mention one of our new sponsors, thepaintedmoment.com. That's thepaintedmoment.com. Check this out. Have you ever taken a photo with your phone or digital camera that would look amazing as a watercolor canvas painting? Well, now there's a website ready to take your photo and turn it into digital painted moments. This is how it works. Visit thepaintedmoment.com, follow the instructions, and your digital photo will be enhanced and returned to you with links on where you can have an image printed to canvas or whatever else you'd like to do with it. We've already got a couple of these enhanced photos hanging around the house, and trust me, you'll love what comes out. Thepaintedmoment.com. Create a painted moment in time from your digital photos. Thepaintedmoment.com. Seriously, check them out today. Thepaintedmoment.com. What is a vaccine? What is a virus? What is a mask? What's a Sasquatch? These are all valid questions, and to answer them in one breath, prevention, potentially deadly, potentially life-saving, and don't be stupid. Look, the coronavirus from 2019 has caused a global pandemic that continues to ravage our planet, leaving victims and survivors. But you can do your part. In the United States, as well as most countries around the world, the COVID-19 vaccine is available at little to no cost. Regardless of your politics, this virus has the potential to cause irreparable harm to you and vulnerable family members and friends. We have an opportunity through the efforts of medical science to balance the scales against this disease and its variants. And look, I don't understand how the vaccine works, even though I've heard it described countless times by countless experts. And even though none of that makes any sense to me, I do recognize that the money and effort spent on the vaccine has not been wasted. And it's not a global positioning transmitter being embedded in your arm. You're holding that in your hand, listening to this. So get the vaccine. Protect yourself. Protect your loved ones. Hell, protect the guy standing behind you waiting on his taco supreme and nacho fries. Let that be the reason his organs shut down. For more information, visit covid19.nih.gov for actual science information. We have to thank our sponsor, GOT Sound Studio, and its owner and operator, Dominique Stewart, better known as Neek the Geek. GOT Sound Studios offers a variety of recording experiences from music, voice, and instrumental recordings and production, as well as podcasts. GOT Sound Studio is located in Columbia, South Carolina, and operated by the most talented producer and engineer in the business. GOT Sound Studio is a Black-owned business. Bring your recording business needs here. You can find details on their Facebook page or by calling 803-243-2302 or emailing gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. That's gotsounds@theallaboutnothing.com. You can find links in the Friends of the Pod section of our website. Visit theallaboutnothing.com.
This is Neek the Geek, and you're listening to the All About Nothing podcast.
Right? I want to point out, he's given me that audio a couple times now, and it took until today before I was like, fuck, I need to go ahead and put that
Okay.
105. We waited till Jarrett came on so we can play.
That's right. And we'll get Jarrett to record one.
I can't drive 105.
Provided I'm not sleeping.
Oh man.
Hopefully you wake up and do it.
We have to step it up and not make him fall asleep during the second segment of the podcast.
We understand.
That's not what you were talking about, was it?
No. I was talking about the let's just sleep on that, but it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
All right. Do y'all want to continue talking about marijuana legalization or?
I mean, what else? We all want it.
Yeah, of course we do.
We all want the legalization. I feel like
everybody will have fatter wallets when it's all set.
I feel like society would benefit from not removing something that is medically
during a recession. It's absolutely something that could catalyze.
Absolutely.
This is what they also said. They said in this bill was supposed to be they're expunging everybody.
Yeah,
that
decriminalization.
Had, so on top of that, they're supposed to be giving everybody that's in jail right now that's getting out for medical marijuana charges. I mean marijuana charges. They're supposed to have first dibs on growing.
Yeah, but like let's address that because
that's not going to happen.
Right. The only thing I disagree with this statement is like, yes, I agree they should have first dibs, but how many of these people are businessmen? You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I'm not saying that drug dealers aren't businessmen. There might be some very educated businessmen, right? But how many can run and maintain and keep a business going? You know what I mean?
Well, they were keeping a business going. But
absolutely.
The cops came and shut that shit down.
How many of them in there too are there for like a nickel bag? Or
it's some dumb shit that they're there for.
Or smoking behind a Waffle House somewhere.
What would y'all say to the argument that they broke the law when it was the law? Therefore.
I say that no. If you legalize it, if you legalize it, you have to decriminalize it. You can't hold somebody in jail for something that is no longer an offense.
And you're profiting off of it.
The argument is you broke the law when it was the law, and it was still like it was against the law, and you still
the
did it,
Avengers
people
went
bring
back in
argument.
time to bring the Stones to the future to bring everyone back.
I solved it. What?
No,
time travel.
I honestly, if it's a situation where it's like, if it's because of the amount of marijuana, let's say it was a tractor trailer load, then yes, you know what? Nope, I still can't go with it. If it's marijuana, if you decriminalize marijuana, then no, I can't.
I hear your side, but the whole other argument is you broke the law when it was the law.
People break the law so
it's like you're being held for here's the line, don't cross it, and you still crossed it.
Right.
That is something that people bring, and I don't agree with it when it comes to like legalization of marijuana or anything, but like they have a fair point that you broke the law when you shouldn't have.
So this is how I look at it.
But it's also a scapegoat, right?
It might be fucked up. So let me say this. It might be fucked up how I'm thinking about this, but this is how I'm trying to understand. It's illegal to have an abortion in South Carolina, correct?
No.
Well, at one point in time, it was because people used to go to North Carolina to get their abortion.
It just depends on how far along.
Do you think them going across state lines to do that abortion is still not technically breaking the law if they live in South Carolina?
Not in that state.
If you are still holding someone in jail for going across the state line and having an abortion or having an abortion here illegally,
I'm just saying, I
understand what you're saying. But no, first of all, that shouldn't be illegal
at all.
Yeah,
just like weed.
No, right? No.
And not just weed. Literally, I think that they should go ahead and just legalize all of the drugs like they did in is it Oregon or Washington?
Colorado.
Colorado.
No.
Oregon.
Oregon has everything.
Colorado did it too. So I think it's both of them actually.
Legalize literally everything. There's no reason. To. I mean,
legalize or decriminalize? Because like
both.
Legalize. Yeah. Like because in Colorado you can even buy shrooms from a store.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
got to be a way to like deal with, you know what I mean? Because throwing people in jail isn't clearly work.
We already got too many people in jail.
And I've raised this point. It's not we have too many people. We have too many blacks in jail.
Facts.
No, that's what
literally
the incarcerated. The amount of incarcerated population is insane.
The drug laws that we have in place now are specifically to make sure that we keep enough
black and brown
workers in our because the prison system now it's there is no federal prison system that actually operates. It's literally all corporate.
Facts.
Every single prison in this country is run by a corporation.
Like that dude that DMX went to that prison where they made him wear pink outfits. You know, remember what I'm talking about?
Right.
He's like, I saw the devil in Arizona. I ain't ever going back.
Facts.
Like, and that shit is like, okay, yeah, that's fucked up because you have no right to take someone's dignity from them, no matter what they did. As a state, as a anything, when you're keeping them in, you can't take their dignity from them.
How I look at it, as long as the person that went to jail for for a marijuana charge, as long as it didn't have anything violent with it, let him out.
I'm on the same page. I'm playing.
I don't care if it's a tractor trailer load. I don't care if it was a fucking ship of weed. I don't care. If they didn't kill nobody, let them out.
Until you
I still want a Smokey and the Bandit where they're doing the weed run.
That would be cool.
Smokey and the Bandit remake.
You got to have Johnny Knoxville in there.
He would
Johnny
be an amazing bandit.
Yeah, I think so. That would be good.
I was going to say, to go back to your statement, like you kind of raised a fair point. Like maybe it is like radical to say like legalize or decriminalize all drugs, right? But if you really truly look at it from if you take a step back, like it's weird that the government can say like this chemical is okay, but this one's not. Look, you know, like why?
Yeah. Look, if you are looking at Adderall, who many people are prescribed as a medication,
methamphetamine,
Xanax,
it is literally cocaine. Like it is, it does the same thing.
It's
as
meth.
cocaine. I'm sorry, methamphetamine. I'm thinking Adderall. I thought Adderall was cocaine.
It's a methamphetamine.
It's methyl whatever.
Yeah, they have a big, long, great name for it.
Yeah.
The only difference between it
somewhere
and what
in there,
you buy
it's Walter
from
White. It's like methyl Walter White dioxide. You know,
the only difference between you buying that as a prescription and you buying it from the mullet head down the street who's making it in his trailer.
If someone with a degree made one and the other guy was like eyeballing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
and
the government isn't getting
the government's not getting their check out of it.
Yeah.
Facts.
Well, that's the whole reason weed's illegal, right? The hemp industry.
The hemp industry and the cotton industry. So the cotton industry made
during
a
the
larger
30s.
donation.
And
No,
it was
70s.
I'm talking about the original one, and it was
a threat to his newspaper.
Yes, and it was a way to what's the word for it? Demonize Mexicans.
Yep. Yes. But also Nixon got a larger chunk of money from the cotton industry for his campaign, so we made sure to add marijuana to the
who was the FBI guy?
Elvis.
No, that was Nixon's FBI guy.
Elvis was definitely
it's not J. Edgar Hoover, was it?
J. Edgar Hoover, yeah, the
FBI,
the guy that he would dress up, he would wear dresses.
Yes, so he was the one who was
Young
like
Thug.
it's a fucking devil.
Right.
He was the one from Public Enemy went after John Derringer.
Yep.
He was a massive like fuck weed.
Yeah.
We have to get the Mexicans. We have to stop all this. This is the worst drug in the whole wide world.
Yep.
And meanwhile, they're sitting there doing speakeasies and snorting cocaine and just letting it go.
I would also like to point out that Mississippi literally on April 1st became the 37th state to legalize medical marijuana.
What the fuck is up, South Carolina?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Why
these
is
are
South
the guys
Carolina
who legalized.
so far behind?
These are the guys who
just recognized that slavery is
was
illegal.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, we really got to catch up.
Yeah,
They
2007. They're like, illegal.
They ratified the they ratified the law
13th Amendment.
13th Amendment to criminalize slavery.
Yeah.
It's like
Jesus
to abolish.
But Mississippi, well,
It's
okay,
the first to legalize weed.
so technically, South Carolina medical marijuana is legal, but South Carolina recognizes the federal law that it is illegal substance. Therefore, in a state where
It's not our fault.
The state that South Carolina was the first state to secede from the Union before the Civil War because of states' rights.
Jefferson Davis from South Carolina.
Yeah, but when it comes to the federal government having a law to impact the citizens of the state,
We're gonna abide by what they say.
why?
Yeah.
What
So
Jefferson
sense does
Davis,
that
by the
make?
way, president
Jared,
of the Confederacy.
Can we touch on the CBD?
Yeah, absolutely.
So tell me about the CBD fight in South Carolina, right? Why is there so many CBD popping up everywhere you go downtown? And normally you wouldn't see a CBD shop in downtown Columbia.
Well,
5 Points.
and my question is it woo? Does it work?
So yes, there's a reason it's popular. Is it going to work for you? Maybe, maybe not.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I think the reason for the big boom is, like you said, we're kind of progressing towards that medical or that legal area, and this is like the foot in the door, so to speak, right?
Okay.
Like to have like a head shop or like a CBD shop would be my guess. I'm not going to say that's final, right?
Yeah.
Maybe these people have a passion for like blowing glass or whatever it may
Sure.
be. But yeah, I guess I should have poor choice of words. Blowing glass.
I got you.
yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Making pipes.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
laying pipes down. You know, bowls.
Listen, Stephanie, there's a difference between laying pipe and taking pipe.
But no, that would just be my guess. Just to try and get a foot in the door. Plus, like it's just like with anything, like there's a good markup on it, right? Like whatever you're selling. So I think that would be my most educated guess. But in terms of the mall, like I enjoy it being there because it's like most people are walking to get a pair of shoes, and it's like, oh, I could get a lighter, or paper, you know. So it's just that kind of concept to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a buddy who I made friends with. He fought in Vietnam and he had massive migraines, and he bought CBD because he was at his last grasping straws, and he was like, I bought CBD, and like I see him sit there putting under his tongue and everything, and for him it didn't do anything, and I'm like,
right,
you know, it might be because you ordered it, because this was before South Carolina had legalized it, and he just had it shipped to him. And I was like, is there strains of CBD that would definitely help him
and
that could potentially?
And see, another question I was about to say, you said it's such a markup on the price of CBD. In my mind, how I look at it, I'm like, yo, CBD is nothing but weed dealers selling mid for loud prices.
Right. Well, I mean, again, it's nothing that's going to get you like high, right, so to speak.
Exactly why I say mid.
So yeah,
you get what I mean? It's like, yo, I'm about to pay. I'm about to pay 45.
We're not talking about Dirt Trent.
Even like the Delta 8, Delta 9.
So yeah. Even with
Delta
that stuff, that'll
8,
get
they
you messed up.
advertise that as THC though.
Correct. Because it's still a cannabinoid. Like it's a.
But does it have teatro? I can't even remember.
Well,
we'll just see THC, sir.
Tetrahydrocannabinol or THC is Delta 9. So THC is Delta 9.
Gotcha.
So scientifically, like, or whatever they do is Delta 8, and it's just like a loophole, right?
The periodic
you remember the
table of
spice?
weed.
You remember like the K2?
Yes.
And then it'd be there, and then it's gone the next week. But then the week
Salvia.
after, it's something different.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
So I think it's kind of what they're trying to do and get their foot in the door with weed. They're just breaking down, because there's like so many different cannabinoids in weed. It's like, oh, we found one now. Like,
Wait, was K2 actually some?
No,
kind of,
so no, that was just all like synthetic.
That was
K2
bathtub stuff.
K2 was definitely people's. Yeah, that was meth.
Me and Trent
weed.
know.
Bro, that was weed.
We were at
only in
Primo's
Florida.
house going, what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on?
man, I never do that shit.
No,
Yeah.
one time
no.
is all it takes.
Yeah.
You ever done salvia?
No.
You done salvia?
Yeah, of course.
When I was in college, I did salvia, and I will never ever do.
I
it.
used to do dabs though.
Let me tell you this, the one experience I had on salvia, and I don't want to give too much time because I felt like that was a trip.
Okay.
So I smoked it and then went into this trance that I thought I was on a jungle cruise, not jungle cruise. I told you about this, right?
No, you're describing certain like. I had a ride too. I was on a ride.
I was like, yo, I was there on the same trip.
I'm like in this.
You don't remember?
And in this trip, I remembered like I absolutely remembered like walking around the jungle with a machete, and there are people following me, and we're talking, we're having this
He
conversation.
wakes up, he's punching his wife.
No, not even that. Like I came out at like I took the last swipe, and we walked out, and there's this beach, and literally walked down to the beach, and then I came out of it, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I had no idea that was going to take that long, and they're all looking at me, and I said, and he says, one of my friends, he goes, how long did you think you were out? I was like, a week, like because I went to the jungle and everything, and he goes, 30 seconds. You were out for like 30 seconds.
35 seconds.
That boy was in playing Tropical Thunder. He thought he was.
Yeah,
he thought he was Robbie Downey Jr.
No, I thought it was Ben Stiller.
Dude, when I was
killed a panda.
When I was in college, I was on my couch, and the first time I tried it didn't do anything, and the guy gave it to me. I went back to work, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "It didn't do anything." And then he was like, "Do it again. It'll do something." And I did. I was like, "More." I just hit it. I did it on the couch. And my trip was, I was on the back of a school bus. The whole bus was empty, except for Gumby was driving.
Oh my fucking god!
And we were flying through bright blue skies, and every there was like a whole flock of school buses with little wings on them, like Mario wings.
Funny.
And then I felt Gumby on my shoulders, and I was
driving the bus.
He was riding.
Yeah, I just felt this immense weight on top of me. I'm like, what the fuck, Gumby? And I woke up on the floor, and my buddy was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, what happened? And he was like, you went from the couch and just stood up and laid on the ground. I was like, I was like, I'm not doing that again. I was like, no, never
That's
again.
hilarious.
It was the weird, like a full on trip that, like you said, you're completely enveloped in it.
Yeah.
It's heavy. And you used to could buy like 10 times. You remember you could buy like 10 times, 15 times, whatever.
That's like when people started talking about Kratom. I'm like, keep it.
That's actually not as.
And it's Kratom stores. Do y'all sell Kratom?
I do.
A buddy.
No, I know Kratom doesn't make you trip or anything, but I'm just
it
like,
makes some people trip.
You know what? I'm not trying anything that's not like
officiated.
I will just tell you this last one. So a buddy of mine who did it the same night, he went into a trip where he was a sunflower in a pot among an entire row in a flower shop.
Jesus.
And he can't move. Like, I'm watching him go through this, and he's just sitting there doing he's just kind of sitting there enjoying it, and his head's going back and forth, like the wind is blowing the leaf, the petals of his flower, and then all of a sudden I see his face start to cringe. And then he starts to get worried, and he starts trying to back up away from.
Because somebody's trying to buy him.
No, because he said in his trip
they want the seeds.
There was a kid who was coming along and knocking the flower pots off, and he could see this kid coming, and he swore that if that kid had knocked his pot off and he had fallen to the floor, that was going to be his death.
Have y'all seen the movie Game Over? It has all the it's on Netflix. It has all the workaholics guys in it. Where he fucking does salvia on the bed, and like that's his like constant drug of choice. And they're sitting there.
Like he's got to do that to think it through, right?
And they're like dangling while he's in this like trip. They're dangling used condoms over his face. They're like, put it in his mouth.
Dude,
I'll take a picture. Just hang it over his face.
We used to have like a bowl. It was like a revolver. It was like a 6-chamber revolver, and we'd put like 5 with weed, 1 with spice.
Oh my god!
Like Russian roulette, that bitch.
Fuck no,
dude.
dog.
And there was this one guy every
That's why you don't hang out with white people.
Facts. Listen, people. Listen. You don't go swimming with white people. You don't take drugs with white people.
Kevin
Okay?
Hart, you get drunk, they're gonna put a carrot in your ass, and then you have to wake up wondering who put the carrot in your ass.
People, please.
Any kid with like the high C grape stain on his upper lip, like little white kid, don't trust him. Get away.
I used to hate all kids that used to have that mustache. I'm not gonna lie.
Feel like stay away from Dirty Larry.
His parents smoked cigarettes in the house.
Yeah. Not even over the stove or out the window.
But I definitely think the person that wrote Sausage Party was on salvia.
That was Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen definitely
He had
pot.
no, it had to be some heavier because that was the ending of that
mushrooms and pot.
movie. The ending of that movie was so horrific. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
that movie was gnarly but hilarious.
I do want to point out. Apparently, Matt Gaetz actually voted in favor of legalization of marijuana.
Well, thank you, Matt Gaetz.
You have to assume though
I'm
it
still
might
not
have something to
thanking
do with like how he conjures more.
So
young
if he can
females
traffic
into it.
some weed, he can just
Allegedly.
put girls in the
there
truck
was
with him.
definitely
You know
a
what I
racer
mean?
mark over no, and he's like, wait, they'll never know.
Spell my name
they
wrong.
do know. You tell everybody. Shit.
He was just
Matt
fucked up when he
Gaetz
went
voted?
in, and he's like, "Oh fuck, I voted yes." Like, God damn.
He definitely got some phone calls when he said no on TV.
Yeah.
You're from Florida, sir? Yes.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene is standing next to him, and she's like, all right, I'm okay with all the child sex, but this pot thing's got to go.
Yeah, vote Matt Gaetz.
All right, we want to pick another one.
Come on, let's get it.
We'll pick one out of there. If it's the marijuana, then we'll just pick another one.
All right.
Oh, what do we got?
Pedophile dwarf not going to jail.
That's actually mine from last week.
Not going to jail.
Not going to jail. Okay.
All right, Brian Anthony Bowen, a man with dwarfism. So I didn't just decide he was a dwarf. He has dwarfism.
You could have wrote little person on there.
He's from the
dwarf is technical.
He's from the UK. He will be avoiding prison time due to his small stature after being convicted and inciting
They toss his ass around like a pillow.
Bring your thick ass on over here, boy.
He was convicted of inciting 2 underage teenage girls to carry out sex acts. Bowen, 26, was arrested after he contacted 2 children, 13 and 15, and their Facebook pages, asking them for sex and to send them naked pictures.
Dear. I missed the joke and I'm angry.
I am too. I don't know.
I was focused on hearing the title.
Trent said, bring your thick ass over here, boy.
Trent, He has dwarfism. He's not a little person.
He objectively has a thick old ass.
They all have thick.
They all have thick
legs.
It sounds like from what he was doing, he deserved to be passed around a little bit.
Facts. And that's what should happen.
Just imagine him in the straitjacket. It's just like bad.
They just put him in a pillowcase.
Cut out the arms and shit.
It's just a tank top on him.
We ain't got one your size, bud. Oh, shit.
This ain't one size fit all.
This is for a pedophile little guy, not anybody else, okay?
Oh. So he pled guilty.
Okay.
he pled guilty.
This
to
guy
2
has a good
counts
lawyer.
of inciting a child to carry out sex acts. Judge Rice Rowland, who presided over the sentencing, described the man as small in stature and emotionally inadequate.
Yeah, no shit.
He also said that Bowen would have a very hard time in prison. So the decision was...
when you can take your ass under your arm and go.
He said that Bowen, who had learning difficulties and went to a special school, was trying to live out some sort of a fantasy. For these reasons, Judge Rowland decided to suspend Bowen's 48-week prison sentence. Instead, Bowen was given rehabilitation order that includes a 3-month curfew between the times of 9 p.m. and 7 a.m. So,
I would argue that he would do fine in jail.
I think he would probably do fine.
Just taking everybody's like noodles by kicking his forehead.
Yeah. He'll be fine, sir.
They're like, oh yeah.
Just as long as he goes in there and links up with the biggest dude in there. Like, it's me and you, bud.
Yeah, he did the crime. They'll take his behind. That's what happens.
So far, there has been no comment from Lindsey Grant on the subject of the conviction.
I bet not.
A leniency of the judge's sentence.
Lindsey was like, yo, let him out. I'll handle it.
No, he's very much angry about child stuff.
Yeah,
He's
right.
like, I've heard from reliable sources that Lindsey Graham himself literally dresses dudes up that agree to as babies.
Act as dwarf. Oh, like
babies.
We've heard this is a rumor that we've heard
from
he
people who would know.
He isn't. He likes.
I'm right here,
babies.
bro. I could tell you. No, I'm kidding.
Jarrett told me right before this podcast started.
So Lindsey Graham.
This is breaking news right now.
He has a weird kink. I'm not kink shaming him. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But
I mean, I'm about to say,
coming across like it.
Last week you were trying to get sued by the Smiths. This week you're coming a little closer to home to Lindsey Graham's.
Oh, Will Smith's.
Mm-hmm. And also Michael Jackson's family. Right?
Yeah, they're coming for you too.
By the way, I wanna play a video before we. Do you have
This
any
is just hearsay now.
Do you have any conspiracies for this week?
Yeah, I got a couple. But they're pretty slight. They're pretty slight.
You got 5 minutes.
Yeah, let me pull something up. This is and I'm gonna show you guys if you all can see this.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this.
He's bringing up porn.
Is an angle most people have not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
So for those of you listening at home, it was a G.I. Jane. I'm gonna start it again because.
I'm going to. Okay.
Essentially, when Chris Rock acknowledged that he had just been slapped the shit out of by Will Smith, Jada.
Here is an angle most people have not seen. Look at Jada's reaction.
So we don't have to go through the whole thing again. But you see that Jada barrels over laughing at Chris.
Right.
Who does not think that wasn't a stunt?
She also came.
She was in on it.
But she also came out and said, "I wish Will would have never slapped him." She said that
She
recently.
has to.
Have y'all ever had a joke not land really hard?
Every week.
Well, when I was in high school, I was clowning on somebody that somebody asked me to, and they were right beside me, and the dude poured his tea on my head.
Really?
Did I sit there and take it?
What kind of joke
I'd have
is
been
that?
pissed. Yeah,
I hit him right in the nutsack.
Yeah.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Like a lot of tea.
Oh, it was a whole cup. He just went.
It was probably cold too and fresh.
It wasn't cold, actually. I think he might have had it in there for.
Warm.
It was at lunchtime, but he did that. Like the guy was like, "Go talk crap about his Jeep," and I was like, "Jeep suck." Like I just kept like ragging on Jeep shit.
Oh, you tore him a new one.
Well, I kept going on about it.
He said,
enough
"Well,
where
I kept going."
It pissed him off.
Yeah.
And he poured his tea on my head, and I was like, "Whoa!" And it wasn't a whole ton of tea, but it was like a good enough cup where my hair was wet. And so he's like laughing. He's like, "Oh," and I went, "Wah," like the backhanded flip.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right into the nuts. And he's like, "Oh." and like had to sit on the ground. I'm like, fair is fair. You can't take a joke.
Was this in front of everyone? I mean, did
Yes.
a lot
Administrators
of people see
definitely seen it. Had to.
this? Okay.
Yeah, I think I almost got in trouble, but he agreed not
What
to
grade
be in
again?
trouble.
What grade?
This was like 11th or 12th.
Oh, you were a bit old for that, sir.
I disagree.
Oh, you think
He,
that's
he
appropriate
challenged
age, right?
his ego in front of everyone.
Fair enough.
In front
Okay.
of Stephanie, in front of Tiffany, in front of Becky.
Definitely
all
a
of,
Chapin.
all
kidding me?
of, all of the
Definitely a
names that
Chapin.
end in E.
Hey, all those names you named went to Chapin.
I'm about to say, I was like, does he
Of
know
course
me? Like,
they did.
because my
course.
girlfriend at the
I
time
was
was
like, yo,
Stephanie.
That's wild.
Yeah.
you know Stephanie too?
Of course
I
they
did my
did.
research. I did my
Tiffany,
research.
Stephanie, Carrie, Chrissy.
So Jarrett goes way too deep into research.
I should have prefaced. I did work for
I did.
911.
He did. Damn. He was a dispatcher. All right, man. Look, man, we're going to go with this. So a British scientist who won this year's Nobel Peace Prize for medicine says within 50 years, parents who lose children in accidents may be able to copy clones.
That's
as
the guy who,
replacements.
he just won the genome sequencing thing for his genome sequence. So his research also, with his research, building a new heart and stuff is going to be like going to kiosk at the mall and being like, need a heart.
Yep.
Spit in this tube.
I actually heard they was starting to put them in like, was it pigs or animals? It was some type of.
Someone had a pig heart put in them, but they
Facts.
didn't live very long.
Oh, okay.
And that was more reason that guy just died.
Okay.
Does that feel like it's necessary? I mean,
The intro to a superhero movie, maybe.
yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Cloning somebody? No, but
Being able to print organs, I think, is definitely something.
It might keep somebody sane for longer because you know parents that lose kids, you kind of see like their deterioration of them slowly. So with them still having a clone around, it might help them out in life.
I feel like
to finish their own.
You know who
You got to
be
get
happy
through the
about
grieving process.
Yeah,
What was that?
I don't think you can clone.
Black
a
Mirror
person.
had an episode on that.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
you're right. You're right.
So
I don't think ethically you can clone another person. Like
I'd have a hard time ethically defending
You
somebody that
can't-
clones somebody else.
and it's not even religious. Like
No, it's not.
It will be that person. It won't have any memories.
Right,
It won't have
agreed.
any experience.
Do you think that's messing up free will?
No.
I think it's fucking with the cycle of life. But printing, you also can't clone a human. You can't clone something just to take their organs out either.
Like, I feel like the only way to make that really work for it to be a situation like you're continuing your life on is if, say, you wind up having, you could do like a brain transplant. Like, you could take your brain with all of your memories and put that into this new form clone.
Yeah, like if you can download the memories,
Right.
and then put it into the brain.
Yeah, I have a.
That might be fucking horrifying, depending on
I
how you die.
agree,
too.
especially if you retain the memory of your dying.
I don't think they'll
God,
probably do
that's
that. They'll
weird.
probably
Yeah, that's weird.
They'll probably leave that out. Probably.
There's a movie in there
That's
somewhere.
like
There is
show
a movie.
Upload, where when you die, they upload your brain to the
network
little, the
system.
network, the little
Yeah.
heaven ever after kind of
Right,
thing,
right,
but
right.
basically is a pay to play kind of thing at the
Yeah.
end of it.
Yeah.
So, but if you could download someone's memories and put them in a brain, you would have to sign something like a do not resuscitate kind of thing. Be like, if it's possible, do download my brain,
Yeah.
and then do put. So you kind of have to have that will to be able to do
Yeah.
it. I think it's fine if someone says do that to me. But there's corporations get involved, right? So you start making soldiers out of it, or
Yep.
you
I was
start
gonna say,
having
yeah.
all kinds of stuff. Like we made a hookers. We cloned this porn star, and she's totally cool with it. And now you can come
we
fuck
took
her.
out the recessive
she
gene
won't
to make
care.
her judge herself.
If the
for
eyes
it.
roll back in the head, just banging on the side a couple
Oh,
times.
Lord.
Like I don't. Someone will do that, right?
These are the subjects we're gonna let the aliens impregnate.
Real
Someone's
live
gonna
sex
suss
dolls.
us out.
There's a whole island of clones. Aliens
So
come.
y'all seen Gattaca with
No,
Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman? Jesus, I especially thought you would have seen it.
First of all, you said Ethan Hawke, and Ethan Hawke is
This
one
is
of
an
the
older
weak
movie.
actors.
It's an older movie.
Yeah.
But
Run Ethan
basically, the premise is Ethan Hawke is born the natural way.
Hawke. Okay.
Two people in love have a baby,
Mm-hmm.
but then he has a brother that's born when he's like 3 that they got to go in and choose how tall are you? What gender are
I
you?
think I did see this movie.
Yeah, you probably saw it in school because that's where they showed it to us. Like at least
Maybe,
2 different times.
yeah. I think
Ethan
so.
Hawke was definitely younger in that movie.
Well, and so what happens is his brother, who's genetically advanced, went out to save him when he was drowning in the ocean.
Yeah.
And he died.
Okay.
And so Ethan Hawke is actually pretty smart, but wants to go work for this thing to go to Mars.
Yep.
And they won't take him, so he impersonates his brother because their DNA is virtually the same.
And he had his eyes changed, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he
I remember
also
this
had to
movie.
scrub his arms every night
Yep.
in like
And
a
take his
furnace
hair
thing.
off,
Yeah, and
right?
burn it. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And so like he also had fingertips with blood in it of his
But
brother's
how they
blood.
caught him and how they knew it was because his hair.
Jude Law's in
right?
that movie too. Jude Law was a perfect guy, and so he got some of Jude Law's like hair and shit to like pass the. Are you actually engineered? Can
Yep.
you actually do this?
Yep.
Yeah, and they said that is something that can is like right on the cusp of being able to happen. Like if you go have another kid, you can go choose. Oh, he's
Well,
6'2".
people are choosing to have twins now. Jay-Z did that same exact thing.
That's so insane.
His twins, I think Pharrell, he has twins that they did like they made
twins.
Made twins.
That's nuts, dude. I think you're going a little far with that, but at the same time, it's your choice.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, at some point, God's just got to be like, what are they doing?
What we want?
I don't have enough souls. Pump them out.
Pump them out. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna take it easy, just 2 this week, so we can stay with science, okay? Medical mistakes kill over 250,000 people in America each year.
Legitimately.
If they were a disease, they would
sounds
be
low.
They would be the third leading cause of death in the United States.
Oh my gosh, that is so disappointing.
Everybody needed to know that.
Medical malpractice. That is well. I mean, look, and
they get away with it because it's practicing.
Exactly.
Right.
And, they do. It
I was
under
about
the
to
term
say,
of practice.
under the guise of practice. Interesting.
The fact that they can prescribe medications to us that may have just been, and not to talk about the vaccine, but have been slammed through, trial periods and things like that. Sorry,
my mom had a heart attack and a brain bleed at the same time because they gave her a medicine that she had already put on the sheet that she cannot have because she would have an adverse reaction to it.
So they gave her a different brand of that?
Still gave her the medicine.
Well,
because they didn't pay the fuck attention.
I was about to say, yeah.
That's neglect, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
Still couldn't sue him.
Well,
plus we hold them to such a higher standard too.
Yeah.
It's like we forget that they're human and make mistakes. And then like the ones that make honest mistakes, we're like, fuck you.
But you get paid like over $1 million a year to not
they
fuck
don't.
up.
That is a falsehood. Most doctors don't make that type of money. Surgeons, maybe.
I've seen a lot of, and this was for carpal tunnel surgery.
Yeah. But
So-
that surgeon,
yeah.
Surgeons make a lot of money.
Even the RNs are banking right now. It looks like on Instagram, RNs look like they're banking, bro.
Well, that's because of COVID. Like they're doing like travel
the overtime.
nurses.
Yes.
Well, travel nurses.
We interviewed my homeboy, Mikey. He travels, bro. He was getting paid $40 an hour,
right,
for nursing.
Scoff at $40 an hour. I'm kidding.
That's been a great
legitimately
episode.
though.
It's good money.
Legitimately though, I think that is absolutely a. I think to think that doctors make a ton of money. I mean, there are a lot of doctors that do make a lot of money, but I think for the most part, those are the surgeons, and usually it's the unnecessary surgeries. It's the Botox.
Facts.
Nope. Botox isn't a surgery.
BBL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Augmentations.
Yeah.
You know.
My just to keep it on the same path. When my son was being born, we got to pick the day that he was born. We actually wanted him to be born on the 7th, but the surgeon had came to us and called us. She was like, if I do the surgery on that day, because it was C-section, she said I will be up 24 hours, and I can't assure you that my work will be as perfect as it was. So we said, okay, go to the 8th.
So you said, I don't care. Get your ass in here.
No, I mean the 7th would have been a cool birthday, but I was like, you know what? People die off the smallest things.
No, when a doctor tells you this would be better, you're going like
run off their advisement.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah.
they should know.
Yeah.
They should have a pretty good idea.
I don't know. Definitely not any more than you. So let's go with what you're saying.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. We're not gonna refer to me on this opinion.
Sir, I agree. And if you can get your ass in.
That's what Barrett does when he's at the doctor.
No, you know what? I am the most honest patient I imagine that when I
you've
go
been losing
into the
some
doctor,
weight, man.
They're like, Barry, you can put your dick away. That's not
I've been doing my
You and Zach, man. Y'all been looking like y'all losing weight, man. We ain't about to be the fat boys no more, man. We about to look like Jarrett soon.
That'll be nice.
I'm about to hit May 2nd. We're starting E2M.
Oh, May 5th's my birthday.
Okay.
May 2nd.
Well, since we're saying birthdays, April 25th is coming up, you know. And Barrett, I don't want that. You know, I'd rather have the top 5 banner. Let me get that.
Top 5 banner?
Oh yeah, I'd rather that.
You know what? If you give me something to work with, I might be able to make that happen.
I got you, man.
We can make that. We might be able to.
We're about to do the.
Are you going to be able to hang 3 banners?
I'll just hang 2 then.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's just too much. That's way. And Paris wants to get hers too, so she wants to get one. So we might have to do like a big order.
That's fair.
As long as you're not hanging brain, everyone won't complain.
The number. There you go. That's fair.
Pump them out, baby.
Jarrett, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, Jarrett.
Thank you so much.
It was last minute, man. I was like, Jarrett, look, you want to be on this podcast at like 2 o'clock? And he was like,
No, you didn't have to say the last minute part, but it's cool. Thanks for having me.
I mean, but look, I'm being real, man.
Nah, cool.
You know what I mean?
Nah, whatever. It's cool.
And
I knew you would make for good conversation because I was like, yo, CBD, Jarrett, legalization today. I was like, yo, it's lining up, man. The stars are lining up.
Well, and the statistics of us hitting it, because if you look in there, mine is a legalization.
Exactly. So we was going to hit that question regardless.
I talked about aliens.
You did talk about aliens.
Thank you, sir.
If you want to check out Jarrett podcast, is still available on Apple Podcast. It's the Let's Just Sleep on That. And
in parentheses forever.
You still do your gaming, right?
Every now and then, yeah. I've been busy, honestly. Like,
of course, you're a business owner, sir.
I like to blame it on the holiday season, but we're 4 months past that.
Oh yeah, you're done.
Unless you've been partaking.
Yeah,
you can't get that excuse to us and your girl.
I know, just chilling vaping, really.
That's fair. All right. I guess that'll probably wrap
Yeah, you don't
it
have
up.
to say your last part no more.
No,
right?
I am going to say it. As always, thank you, Neek the Geek, engineer and producer, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. Check out details on how you can utilize his talent and production expertise at gotsoundstudio.com. Thanks to Muff the Producer. You can follow him on Instagram at Muff the Producer. Thanks to Shiana Rivers for our intro and outro. Follow her podcast, Who You Callin' Holistic. As well, thanks to Trent Clark, a.k.a. DJ Lonzo, currently entertaining the main course in Columbia, South Carolina. Saturday nights, make sure to go by, have a good time. You can contact Trent for all your entertainment needs. Trent at theallaboutnothing.com and on Instagram at TheRealDJLonzo or by phone 803-262-7982. If you enjoy the show, consider becoming a patron by visiting our website and clicking on the link at the top of the browser. That will take you over to our Patreon page. You can find details on how you become a supporter. You can check out our benefits there or just consider a donation so that we can continue to bring you this nonsense. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy you enjoying it. As always, you can follow us on Facebook. Just search for All About Nothing US, on Twitter and Instagram at AAN_pod, or find links to all of our social media and available podcast platforms by visiting theallaboutnothing.com. If you'd like to be heard on the show, you may call and leave us a message, 803-672-0533. If the time between these episodes is too far apart, you can fill that time by checking out our partner podcasts. Zach and I host What the Pod Was That with Carrie Simmons, available on most of your podcast platforms. You can visit whatthepodwasthat.com for links and details. Carrie and Chrissy host Status Macabre on most of the podcast platforms as well. Find details at statusmacabre.com. As well, you can check out our own DJ Lonzo's Top 5, hosted by Trent Clark, available on most of your podcast listening platforms. Till then, stay safe and
have a week.
This The All About Nothing podcast is recorded live from the Maddie Johnson podcast studio at GOT Sound Studio in Columbia, South Carolina. The All About Nothing podcast is produced and engineered by Neek the Geek, owner and operator of GOT Sound Studio. To support the show, please visit theallaboutnothing.com for links to social media, merchandise, and more. Become a patron of the show by following the Patreon link at the top of our page. The All About Nothing podcast is an entertainment product of Barrett Gruber. Special thanks to Zach King, Trent Clark, Muff the Producer, Neek the Geek, and you, our listeners. Please subscribe, rate, review, and share. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like button and the notification bell. Thank you for listening.